Lyda Garcia, assistant professor in Department of Animal Sciences at the Ohio State University. First of all, the consumer should have an idea of what he or she is looking for based off species: beef, pork, lamb, possibly goat, poultry. So one of the major rules about labeling is that the species will always be identified first. Then the primal would also be notified. So for example, if you're looking for a ribeye, it should state beef rib, and then a ribeye as the retail name. And that's going to be the consistency throughout the United States. And that happened way back when we realized that a ribeye in California was very different from ribeye, let's say, in Florida. So that's going to be the trend. Anything after that is going to be a fancy name for our consumers. So consumers are held accountable to read that label, because that label not only will have the name of it, but it will have the date. You will have best used date by, or basically an expiration date. The consumer should read the label. Always look for a fresh package that doesn't have very much what we call purge, or actually the water that's leached out, and that's normal, and that's nothing more than just a myoglobin. It's a protein that's responsible for giving meat its red color. It's not blood. A lot of times people will mistake that for blood, and it's not blood. Skeletal muscle, fresh meat, is 75% water. It makes sense on why we'd have some water leaching with time, and that's just due to oxygen. So in beef, when we're looking at the USDA quality grade, so there are two factors that go into a quality grade. It's the actually marbling score, along with age of the animal at time of harvest. So 96% of our beef harvested in the United States are going to be young, very youthful, usually younger than 30 months. On average, you're looking at roughly 15 to 18 months of age on average, give or take. So overall quality grade would be prime, choice, select, standard. All that has a lot to do is with marbling. So for consumers who like more of that marbling, like that flavor, like the fat, like that tenderness and juiciness, they will be looking more for more marbling. So more prime, more of your choice type. But for those like me who like more of that lean meat, like that more of the, not so much on the fat side, we'll go more for select. And there's really no right or wrong. It's a matter of preference, because our consumers in the United States tell us that they are diverse in what they're looking for. So just know that it's the level of, or the percentage of marbling in that muscle cut. A lot of the universities who do have an agricultural program, especially an animal science, food science, meat science, they will have an extension program. So anytime that our consumers have questions or concerns about their meat or whatever it is, I encourage them to find the extension program and look up fact sheets. The majority of the extension programs in the United States already have these fact sheets. And if we don't have them, then call whoever the professors may be who have those expertise. You will always have extension specialists for every state in meat, in beef cattle, in nutrition, or what have you. And just ask. You have the right to know what's going on, and it is our job to give you an answer. And if you can't, then you can call the FSIS hotline and ask about all the food safety, and it's public knowledge. It's on there on the website. You just have to find that number and just ask your question.